welcome back to another Renee's Corner video. I'm Renae and thanks for joining me for my 2020 recap. Lots of people are doing these right now and I know it is the first day of 2021 and people are trying to like move past it. I get it. I'm one of those people who's trying to move past it, but I really like reflecting on the year, so here we are, we're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this faster. I've already recorded this once, but we're going to do it faster this time because I do not want you guys to have to sit through a long video. So yes, let's get started. Oh, I'm also at home. If you can't tell, this is my bedroom at home. Something happens when I get home, but I just get in this like weird funk about recording at home. Like I'm really shy about YouTube, even though my parents have known I'm on YouTube. Like they watch all my videos. It's just one of those things that I get really weird about, which I don't really know what that's about. Probably should talk about that in therapy. Okay, so top 5 moments would be number 1. These are not in order either. Yeah, number 1, I would say, well, number 1 on the list is defending my master's. I think that I said this, I think when it happened, like sometimes I feel like when I accomplish stuff, I don't give myself time to like really celebrate it, and I don't really celebrate it. I'm like, oh, I did this thing, cool, let's move on to the next thing. But I think with my master's this year, I was able to really celebrate it and celebrate the people who really helped me along the way and that rallied around me. Like I had practice sessions of defending my thesis and people like showed up for me in ways that I wasn't expecting and that I hadn't had people show up for me in that way before. So like that was amazing. Number 2, getting monetized on YouTube was like hands down amazing. And I think that it was amazing for me because like there was a time that I was like, I'm not gonna do YouTube anymore. There was a lot of people telling me like YouTube was stupid, I shouldn't be doing YouTube, nobody wants to watch my content. And like I could have like let that get to me and I could have stopped and like not had this, like not have this community, not have the people that I've met through my channel who are like so important to me now. Like I could have missed out on all that, and I just think like, good gracious, I'm so glad I didn't let those people talk me out of doing YouTube because like I really could have missed out on something amazing. And yeah, I get like really sentimental about it because like YouTube is so important to me. And I think that, yeah, I know I always say this, but like I really appreciate this community and I really love each and every one of you. And I just think about like I could have missed that, like I could have missed out. And like getting monetized like was a signal of like, look, you're doing this, like this is yours, like this is your thing, and it just feels good. Okay, so number 3 is, I would say, getting back into reading. At the start of the pandemic, I had read like one book and I was like, oh, I'll just do this to pass the time because like school was shut down, I didn't really have anywhere to go, blah blah blah, all the COVID stuff at the beginning of the year. So I started listening to audiobooks. I was like flying through books because I was walking my dog about 2 hours a day, and so excuse me, I was listening to the audiobooks for 2 hours a day almost every day. I think 5 days a week except for the weekends. Yeah, that's what I did. I was working out every day, Monday through Friday, except for the weekends. And so every day I worked out, I listened to the audiobooks before my workout, and it was just so great. I love reading, and I forgot how much I love to read because like grad school takes up so much reading and so much cognitive space that like I forgot how much I really loved it. And I'm really happy that I was able to get back to that this year. I literally today finished Game of Thrones. This one, the first one, is called Game of Thrones. And I will be probably either starting the second one or this other book called Cleopatra. We'll see. What else? I also would say that one of the top 5 moments, like number 4 would be just, sorry, they're doing fireworks, would be using my voice at school. So I don't know if I've talked about this that much, but in the like midst of like the George Floyd uprisings and all of that stuff, I sent an email to my program and I was like, hey, we really should talk about this as a program, as clinical psychologists. Like we don't really get to be apolitical here, like we shouldn't be, blah blah blah, long story short. And Like, had you told me a year ago I would have done that, I would have literally laughed in your face. I would have been like, there's no way, like, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, there's like an eyelash and it's like driving me crazy. Okay, but like a year ago, if you would have told me I was going to do that, I would have laughed and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And yeah, so I think that this year has really allowed me to use my voice a lot more and not be like as timid as like grad school has really made me. Like grad school really like sucked away my self-confidence. Like I was so confident coming out of Hampton. Like I just knew I was the crap or the shit, and I just, yeah, grad school really like, and getting older I think just really sucked that out of me. And so I'm trying to get back to Hampton happy and confident Tanisha, and so for me to do that was like a first step in that direction. And I've been like not stopped talking since then. Like, you know, I think that using my voice for that reason, and to continue to use my voice of like, hey, this is something we should be paying attention to as a program, this is something we should be discussing as a program, is really important. And just like that program level, like I think it also gave me the confidence that the people in my program really value and want to hear my opinion. Because for a long time I was like, why would they care what I have to say? Like whatever they decide is fine. But I think that people now are looking to me more to say my opinion, and it's really cool. Like I think it's a good moment. And it's a good feeling to be valued in that way within my program, especially when I know that there are so many other programs where that is not necessarily the case. And this is not to say that my lab doesn't value me, because my lab is amazing, but like the program at large, I just wasn't feeling the vibes. Yeah, that was a long-winded way of saying that. But I would say the fifth thing would be co-founding Black and Mental Health Week. And I want to just shout out to Brianna Baker on her channel. Her channel is Becoming Dr. Baker. I want to shout her out because like without her I would not be a part of it, because she like tagged me and was like, hey, we really should bring Tanisha on a part of this. And like, thank you, like that's amazing. And like now we're like friends, and like Black and Mental Health has grown, and it's so amazing. I'm going to post the trailer or the intro of all the founders on my channel probably this year sometime, 2021. I haven't done it, but I worked really hard on it, and I was basically like doing a lot of the video content creation, well not creation, but like editing and putting together, and that was like a highlight and a really tough time for me, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it, so happy to be a co-founder of this awesome Black and Mental Health movement. So yes, okay, so we're talking a lot. Okay, so now we're going to do the top 5 lessons, and these I'm going to go through really fast because I don't really want to explain why or how I got to these lessons. They're just what I've learned, and I'm going to take this knowledge and move forward and do better next year. Okay, so the first lesson is to stop expecting people to behave in ways that they never have before. And so this is like, if I have a friend who has treated me badly for years, like I shouldn't expect them to treat me any differently than how they've treated me over the years. And so I think sometimes I get caught up in these expectations of people of like, oh no, they're gonna do better, they're gonna do better, they're going to treat me how I want to be treated, they're going to listen to my boundaries, blah blah blah. They're not. They're just not. People can change, and then, you know, their actions will show me that they've changed, but otherwise I need to like stop expecting people to do things that they've never done before. Like if you never reached out to me ever, like why would I expect you to? Like that's foolish. I shouldn't do that. Number 2 is friendship seasons change, and that's okay. And I'm like a friend hoarder. Like I never want to lose friends. I never want to lose people in my life, and like I realize now that that has been detrimental to me as a person. Like I'm holding on to people who continuously hurt me, and I'm done with that. Like I'm done with that. Like we're just not doing that anymore. Okay, number 3 is I have been practicing radical acceptance, which is just like, it is what it is. That's okay. I feel this way, and that's okay. And it's been really hard. Like when my feelings are hurt, I'm just like, I don't want to accept this. Like, why is this happening? Like, and I think that that's been a big lesson and a big growing area for me, because like this year alone, like I have had 2 people really hurt my feelings and really just like fuck with me like for no reason. And like I was just like, no, this isn't okay. But radical acceptance is just like, this person did this because they have junk going on in their life, and that's okay. Was it okay that they treated you this way? No. And it's okay that you feel some type of way about it. But it's been really tough like putting radical acceptance into practice. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Number 4, I'm just gonna be more, and this is something I've learned, is that when I'm not upfront with my boundaries and not upfront with clarification of relationships with people, it goes bad. So I'm going to do better with clarifying my relationships with people, clarifying my expectations. If you want to be my friends, here are the expectation. Here's what I expect out of this friendship. And just yeah, I'm just gonna be more upfront, more clear of like, nope, I don't like that, or yes, this is how I would like to be treated. Will it go well? I don't know, because I'm really non-confrontational, but we're gonna try our best. And then number 5 is that although there are like really some mean, negative people on the internet, there are so many of you that are so kind and so nice and so amazing to me on the internet. And I just really think I have been taking for granted that support and that love that you all show me, because I'm like, well, why isn't this person posting my stuff? Like, we're friends and I support their stuff, like why aren't they supporting me? And I think that sometimes clouds the view of me seeing all the other people who outside of my friends, outside of my family, who are supporting me. And so I think I'm going to do a better job of just appreciating people who support me, period, instead of like looking at people and being like, why aren't you supporting me? Just like hyper focused on the people who are supporting me. And that's pretty much it. I know 2020 has been a doozy for a lot of us, including me. It has had some highs and some pretty lows, and I am excited to start 2021. I'm going to try to go into it with as positive as a mind as I can, and I hope that you all do too. I hope you have a great week. Well, it's Friday, so great weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. I love you all so much. Bye.